I'm going to track this every week now. This dirt, does this work for Jett starts or no? It's soft? It's tacky?
I think it works. But like, I felt like in previous years, it came out with like a bit of a slick base every now and then. So we don't know. I hope it is. We'll see.
So the main thing to keep an eye on is your start in the first main versus the last main, because it could change.
Yes, but luckily, frequently, our first turns have been we've been sneaking in every now and then, so we can our first turns have been normally pretty decent, and normally I suck at that, so.
Yeah, that is insane, like the amount of times you've gone in and I've been like, oh, Jett's blown it, and then I blink and you're fourth.
Yeah,
Where's that come from?
I don't know. I've been getting lucky, I've been seeing windows and I take it, I've just been getting lucky with it.
How are you feeling now, 12 rounds in? This is your first 450 season, people forget that. Does it feel like a grind? Does it feel like it's getting to you, the travel, all of that stuff?
I think the biggest thing is just a time change. I think all riders kind of deal with that. It's especially if you live on the East Coast side, it's a bit of a difficult kind of change going from, like, it's only 3 hours, but the 3 hours is a big difference. So I think mainly that, but body-wise we're good, mentally good, just kind of trying to get on that sleep pattern is a big key.
Yeah, have you figured out like tactics to overcome the jet lag, I guess?
Just melatonin tablets, trying to get to sleep on the time and try and sleep in as much as I can to whatever time zone it is.
And last week was an incredible ride, but obviously your win streak ended. In a way, was that a good thing? Like, do you feel like you went back to the practice track this week with like kind of renewed focus and something to bite your teeth into?
I don't think the motivation changed at all, because obviously it's a job not done. But yeah, obviously looking back to some good stuff to learn and to take away from it. So hopefully, yeah, we learned some stuff and hopefully come back and be better.
Last week was great. You were happy as you covered. So when you went back to the practice track this week, did you notice you had a bit more of a spring in your step? Like, did it feel just better going to work?
No, because I didn't win. But no, I had another good week. It was, I would say every week I just keep getting better and better, building in certain areas. And this week I was riding by myself. Well, the boys were out there, but I didn't have Tom with me because he's riding outdoors, so a little bit lonely for me. But no, it was good. I think coming into St. Louis being one of my home races, and it's a Triple Crown, I'm looking forward to this week. The dirt's really good here. It's going to be pretty soft, I think, but yeah, should be good vibes, and like I said, good week.
I feel like you're entering this weekend confident. When was the last time you entered a race with this sort of confidence?
Last year, probably. No, it was, yeah, like I said, last weekend was good, and I think just the 2 weekends I had before this one has kind of helped. It wasn't just kind of a one-and-done thing. It was more like I've been building and building, and this has been kind of in the works for a while. So not anywhere close to being done. I still got a lot of room to improve, but I would say we're heading in the right direction, and I want to end this thing before this break on a high note and kind of take that momentum into outdoor testing.
Yeah, so you were hard on yourself after Indy, but now in hindsight, with Seattle added on, you can see the upward trend.
Yeah, well, my starts were good too in Seattle, which is a must. If you're going to contend for wins, you can't get bad starts. So if we can replicate those starts from last weekend to this weekend, we'll be good.
Yeah, how confident are you that it's possible to replicate? Is it like firing?
Well, I mean, I did 2 in a row, so I mean, that's better than one. If one lucky one, like if you would have taken my, well, what race is that? San Francisco?
Yep.
I can't replicate that.
Well,
so
you can try.
You could try, but I'm going to end it in the gate probably at least half. So those starts are replicable, but yeah, I guess we'll see this weekend. It's good traction here off the gate. Hopefully the rut stays somewhat mellow, but they're probably going to get pretty gnarly, so gate pick's going to be ideal.
Last one, can I get an MXGP update? Where's your head at with it? How are you enjoying your pass to watch it?
Yeah, pass is great.
Yep, good.
Lewis with the plug on that.
Yep.
I had to log in again, though.
Oh.
So I don't know if you kicked me out.
No, did you get back in?
I got back in.
Okay.
I went back in our text and got the login stuff.
You let me know if you have issues.
I might post those on Instagram so everyone can log in.
Yes, feel free.
MXGP might not like that, but
it's actually my password to my bank account and everything. So if you need money, let me know.
Okay.
Or don't let me know. Just
I won't even
log in.
let you know. I'll just go take it. No, MXGP's been really good. I think Jorge has been, I think, better than a lot of people expected, especially last weekend. He was pretty much in a class of his own. I think everyone's going to continue to get better. The guys that weren't racing last year, like Tim and Jeffrey, and I mean, I think Webb will get better too, and Sewer, but it's they're going to have to play catch up now. So I don't know. Last weekend was pretty impressive. I was actually like watching that race. I was I was thoroughly impressed watching Jorge ride. Like, he looked like he was really in tune with his bike and like just flowing around the track. Didn't look hard at all, which is nice to watch when he's winning by 10 seconds. So no, it's good. I think the series is gonna get interesting. I think halfway through, but right now I think there's still a little bit of time to mate up between Jorge and the rest of the guys. But I don't want that to go. I don't want people to think I'm talking crap on everybody else, because they're gonna get better. So I'm just kind of waiting for that to come.
Sweet.
No, and also, I'm so impressed with Jorge, so I can't take anything away from him.
Okay, that was just a confusing mess.
Well, I want to say, like,
everyone love everyone. It's all
everyone
great.
like everybody. I'm not coming to everybody's necks. I just want to get my point across.
How important was last week for you to get a win after a bit of a drought and reinstall some confidence?
Yeah, it was great. You know, I don't think I put too much emphasis on it, but obviously, you know, at the end of the night, the way it went, it was awesome to get that done, and to stop Jett's winning streak was great, and to score some points back was awesome. So I think for the confidence and stuff like that, I've been pretty confident, knowing that when I line up, I have a good shot. But I think from the momentum side of things, hopefully it helps a little bit. But, you know, I know Jett will be fired up this weekend for sure to try to get that momentum back.
That's interesting, actually, because I look at confidence and momentum as kind of the same thing, but you separate them into two different categories, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm pretty confident, like I said. Anytime I line up, I feel like I have a legit shot at winning. But I do think momentum, you know, we've seen. I feel like Jett, the last three, has really been spectacular, and even Seattle had a lot of great speed, but obviously had a lot of mistakes too. So I think for me, you know, getting the win from the points and just the overall, like, it's great to win, right? You know, it was my third win of the year. Like, it was just a sweet race. It was a good battle, epic conditions. Like, it was just really cool. And but I feel the same confidence level for sure.
Yeah, when you have a great result like Seattle, when you go back to training in the week, do you notice a difference? Like, you've got a bit of a pep in your step?
I think for me, it's almost opposite some of the times. Usually when you get your ass beat, it's when you kind of go up the next week and you have that pep in your step. But I've learned to be really consistent. Don't let the highs be too highs and don't let the lows be too lows. And I feel like during the week, I always give it my all, and just, you know, got to ride the wave, man.
I had a random thought yesterday on the flight here. Are your starts low-key a bit of an issue? Like, when I think about recent races, I feel like you're coming from behind a lot. And I can't really remember a Cooper Webb whole shot lately.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. You know, we need to get back to those. Yeah, last weekend, you know, was AC and I kind of collided off the start, so it was pretty buried actually. Ended up making a pass, about, like, me and Jett were pretty much side by side, so was able to get around him, which was important early on, and made some good passes early. So yeah, I feel like this year my starts have been overall really good. But yeah, I think whole shot would definitely be great, but I think starting top three pretty much, I'd say 80% of the time has been good for me so far.
Okay, the last couple of weeks have been very up and down. I feel like there's been some really good moments, some bad moments, everything in between. So how do you view the last month or so?
Realistically, for me, it's been not the greatest. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of been pretty uncomfortable. I don't know. Trying to figure out why I'm uncomfortable, but yeah, for me, I feel like I'm better than that, I guess you could say.
Do you feel like it's more personal than bike setup, or just a combination of everything?
Everything.
Do you feel like maybe we've all underplayed the fact that Kawasaki have got a new bike? Like, I've not heard much talk about you having to adjust or set it up. Like, we've all just been like, yeah, it will be great.
I think we start the season hoping that it's going to be really great, and I honestly, I think it on the West Coast, it was. I think I had my bike working really, really well. I think once we get to these softer conditions, personally, I think that it's not like my best is the rutted conditions, and I think that I may be struggling a little bit on my setup too in the softer conditions, but. To be honest, even if I was to change something on my setup, I wouldn't even know where to start at this point.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe on hard pack tracks, if the bike's a little off, you can work with it, whereas on softer tracks, it's more magnified, I guess.
Yeah, it's for sure more magnified on softer tracks. I think if it comes to a hard pack track, I mean, I grew up on it, so I could ride dry tracks on pretty much anything. And when it comes to these, I honestly think that these tracks are some of the most rutted tracks I've ridden in my career. we basically ride endurocross now.
Last one. Where's your mindset at coming into this weekend then? Because it will be soft but dry. It will be closer to a normal Supercross.
St. Louis is dope, so I'm super excited to ride in St. Louis. Always the dirt here. It's tacky, but it also we have a roof, so it kind of dries out more as the night goes on. Like where you go to Seattle, it kind of gets a little bit softer. I think the more they worked on it, the softer it got as the night went on. So here with I don't know what the science is or behind it, but I think with a roof it usually dries out a little bit better.
Okay, let's continue a conversation that I'd imagine you've had a lot lately. Starts. Is it a bike setup thing? Is it a mental thing? Is it a technique thing? Where are we at with starts?
I wish I could pinpoint it because my starts were better last year. So overall, our engine package hasn't changed, and overall setup for start. So I don't know, got to figure it out.
I guess that's even more frustrating because it would be easier if you could go, oh, this has changed, or oh, we need to go back to this, but there's none of that.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that has changed is the grates, so I don't know if there's a different flex character to the grate or something, but that's the only thing I can pinpoint that's changed is the grates themselves.
I believe that starts are mostly confidence or mental or any of that stuff. Do you agree?
It's part of the game, for sure, but at the same time, technique matters a lot, and your execution.
Is it possible that we are overreacting to your starts? Because I was looking at your career this week, and 2022, your starts weren't great. You were coming from the back to win a lot. So this isn't actually that much different to that year. It's just last year was the exceptional Michael-essi starts from yourself.
They were outstanding last year, correct. Yeah. So yeah, need those back.
We are far past halfway now. We're nearing the end.
Yeah.
This is your first 450 season. It's a bit of a slog. Where are you at?
I'm at St. Louis. I'm not sure. You sound like you've had a tough week. You don't even know where you were at. So, no, it's good, man. It's busy weeks. It just feels like, Sunday you land, Monday we're cycle, gym, Tuesday ride, and we're back on a plane. It feels like it's just, they blur together. But it's good, man. We're progressing, we're learning, we're doing exactly what I wanted to do and why I embraced the team wanting me to move up as well was just, I think as a rider for me to keep progressing, not... what do you call it, kind of plateau as a rider and just keep getting better and learning every weekend. And I'm doing exactly that, Fortunate, the injury, I was able to just miss one weekend and come back. So that's been really good. We're not on the couch and we're just out here learning, progressing and getting better every weekend. Give number 18 a touch up during the week. So we had a good week. Hopefully we can make that translate because he's bloody fast on the weekends. So.
In a weird way, is the structure of a 450 class quite nice? Because 250s, you're on one week, off the next. Your weekly program is constantly changing, I feel like. Whereas, as you said, now it's land on Sunday, go to work, fly on Thursday.
Yeah, what do the East Coast boys had? They had three weekends off? It's different schedule, but I think I could adapt to that pretty good. I don't know about you, but no, it's different for sure. It's busy. We're looking at that schedule and we got one weekend off next and then knock out the last 5, or I think it is. And then one weekend off and then outdoors, first 4 weekends. So it's for the whole series, you have 4 weekends off for outdoors and Supercross. So it's a lot, man, but it's good. If I was injured on the couch, I'd just be killing to do anything to be out there and racing. So no, I'm just enjoying it, man.
You won that heat last week, but you're still not 100%, right? We're far off?
We're closer. We are better. We're getting better. I was able to ride and train normally this week, which was really good. It's funny, we race so many weekends, but those little days when you're not just firing on all cylinders, those 2 days or those few days you're at home to train and just do your normal routine really do add up. They're the little percentages that make up for the big results on the weekends. So Triple Crown, all the Triple Crowns I've struggled at so far this season, so like to finish off on a solid one and then piss them off for a bit. So I like to kick its butt before we get rid of them.
Jett said last week that his bike works good out of the gate on soft, tacky tracks. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, we ride the same bike, mate. So.
Well, I don't know, set up.
yeah, it's tough. We've got an issue we've never had in our lives before, that there's just so much power. A little bit of wheel spin and
stuff.
stuff.
On hardpack, or?
No, you don't want spin. We're getting spin. The Honda's such a rocket ship, and we're getting a bit of wheel spin. Even last weekend in the main, we got a little bit of wheel spin. So yeah, it's a good issue to have, I think. So.